Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Edward Kabasa. I'm a journalist born and raised in Kenya. I have been practicing journalism for more than 10 years, and I have been a news anchor, and I've read news on radio. I've also been a reporter as well, and I've also done a couple of voiceovers. So professionally, I am all-rounded. I'm a creative writer as well. I recently developed an interest in farming, and I believe that soil is that default, that resource that came with the very earth that we live in. That should everything stop, then man should go back to the soil and develop from there. And I believe that farmers are the backbone of the globe that we live in. So I recently developed an interest in farming, like I said, and I want to grow kale or Sukuma Wiki. In Kenya, kale is one of those widely consumed crops and vegetable, and I believe that I can make an impact. I can also do my part in feeding the world, in feeding the country. So in the previous video, I showed you where I want to plant the kale or Sukuma Wiki, and there has been some major progress, and I also want to show you what next after this. So this video is part 2 of my Sukuma Wiki journey, and I want to show you where we are at right now. So what you're seeing right now is quite different from how this place was a couple of days ago when I posted that video. So there has been a lot of tilling that has been happening, and the people who have been doing this, they actually finished today. And what will come next is the actual land preparation. It began, but there's still a long way to go, because you can't plant anything on this farm as it is right now. You have to raise the bed. You have to raise the seed bed so that it becomes more organized, more purposeful, and modern. So the team that was doing the tilling, or kulima in Swahili, will be back again to raise the seed bed. I think this area is huge enough to accommodate a number of lines. So basically what happens is that they will raise the areas where the Sukuma Wiki will be grown, so that even during irrigation it becomes less problematic, and let's say, for example, if it rains, the excess water can have a runoff where it doesn't stop and probably leads to the foot rot, so or the root rot, sorry. So that is something that will have to take place, and of course there is still a lot to do here, and I will be doing some application of manure. I want to make this as organic as possible, because kale is food, and I don't want to be known as that farmer who feeds people chemicals. We know that yes, they kill pests, but I believe that we need a healthy society. We need a clientele that is always healthy, that will come back. So I hope that I will be able to play that role that I told you, that part that I want to play. And we have a fence there. Those are our neighbors. That fence, I want to install a chain link, because I think one of the things that needs to happen is to control the movement of chicken and of animals like goats, because if I am doing this project, I don't want to be inconvenienced by livestock, by poultry. So this barbed wire will soon be covered by a chain link. This is probably around 61 yards, I think so. 61 yards, those are how many meters? Probably about 50. Yeah, so this area, I think this side, all the way to the corner will be covered by the chain link that I will install, so that I limit movement, at least from this end into the farm. And what I also want to do is use the bud net. There are these nets that are used to control the birds. They're used to control poultry from venturing into the farm, because kale or Sukuma Wiki is one of those delicious meals for chicken. So I don't want to compete with them. I can't compete with them. The best I can do is make sure that I limit their movement. So around the perimeter, apart from the chain link, I will also install the nets. I've already purchased the net, and what is actually remaining is the installation. You see this tiny sticks? Yeah, so these are some of the areas that will be seeing posts. They will actually come and dig up the holes and put up the poles, so that I can install the bird net within this area. So I think this should be around 100 meters, if I'm not wrong, because that net will go and connect with the fence down there, and it will come all the way to this place. All of that will be covered by the bird net, so that anti-bird net, so that I don't compete with chicken or poultry. So that, plus the many things that I need to do, will form part of this journey, this Sukuma Wiki journey that I want to be venturing into. And one of the biggest headaches that perhaps I think I will have to encounter is water. You know, my area is semi-arid, and it gets very hot here. It gets dry. You can see how dry this place has been. In fact, July was very dry, and July is among the driest months in Karachuonyo constituency, where I come from. So water is going to be vital in this. And the lake, like I said, is actually, I didn't say, but the lake is 3 kilometers away, and I have to make sure that I have water. So the plan is to get a tank, and the tank will be installed somewhere around here, because I want to utilize this roof. Part of it is already covered by another tank, so there are gutters that trap the water and pour it into an 8,000 liter tank. But I want to utilize this other section that has no gutters, so that whatever God gives us in form of rain is stored and utilized on this farm. And in those months that the rain will not be anywhere close to us, then I think I will have to improvise. I will have to find a way of getting the water from the lake, which is 3 kilometers away to this farm. The idea is to make this an economically viable space. It has been lying idle for the longest time, and I think that the time has come for it to be put into positive or progressive use. And I believe that Sukuma Wiki or kale is the right direction to take. There are also plans to plant cassava around this place, because we have planted cassava before here and they did pretty well. So I want to add that and you know, keep the legacy going. The last ones that were planted were done so by my father, and I think he had already laid the foundation of that, and I want to continue that legacy. So this along the perimeter, all of this, where I'm going to install the net. After the net to be the cassava, I want to probably do probably 2 lines after the net, and see what can come out of that. I think cassava is one of the healthy choices as far as carbohydrate is concerned. So for those people who are watching their diet, I think cassava or the yuga plant is one of those choices that is very healthy and nutritious for you. And I love cassava personally, and I think that this area, the soil is friendly enough to make it thrive. And I have been dealing with a couple of issues here. You see, this is a cashew. This is a cashew plant. That one is a cashew plant. And it only produced once. After that, it flowers and the flowers wither. So I don't know whether it's because there's no cross-pollination that is happening, or there is just some disease. I tried spraying some herbicides and they didn't work. You see what happens. Yeah, the leaves that are supposed to be generating and producing the flowers are they're under attack. You see, this is a flower that withered and dried out. You see, I don't know where the problem is. If you can explain to me what causes this, I will really appreciate, because I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So is it a problem with the soil, or probably there's a disease or something? Because I really don't know what to do. I've never been this desperate. So if you can tell me in the comment section, how do I deal with this? Do you have a cashew tree? How do you ensure its survival? How do you ensure its survival? Because this one has not been able to produce anything. The last cashew fruit that I saw was probably 4 years ago, and I haven't seen none since. There's a lizard. I don't know how it's called, but is this a lizard or what? Can you see it? Yeah, there's a lizard somewhere there in the tree. Yeah, so help me out, guys. What could be the problem with this cashew tree? The flowers blossom and then wither. They dry out, and it has been happening year in, year out. Help me out, man.